Hello and welcome to Richland Spotlight, an ongoing program where we talk with city staff and shine a light on programs, projects, and events happening in our city. Well, it is the winter months, and that means ice and snow on our roadways. So it's a fitting program for us to talk about snow removal procedures here in Richland. Joining me today is Chad Booth, Street Supervisor for the City of Richland. Welcome, Chad.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Well, let's just jump right into it. So tell me, when does the city send out crews for snow removal, and how do we prioritize the streets?
Well, we'll look and see with the weather conditions where to prioritize and how we're going to go about that. Depending on what the weather forecast says, we'll watch that real close, and we will pre-treat streets with dry chemical or liquid, depending on what kind of storm. And then we'll watch for the weather, and if we do get our precipitation coming in, then our crews will go out and actively monitor the streets for snow and ice. And then when we get enough accumulation for snow, they'll go ahead and start plowing the snow. We do have to wait for a little bit of material to get down, otherwise it's really hard on the equipment and the roadways. And then when we do start plowing, we'll go to our primary arterials and get those taken care of. And then we'll move into our secondary arterials and our hilly roads. And then from there we'll move into our secondaries and our school routes. And when we get through all of that, then we'll get to our residential areas. And if we have a storm that comes in between, we'll have to stop working on the secondaries or the school zones or any of that and move back to our primaries. So it could push out all of the other roads further out.
So when we say primaries, we're saying like George Washington Way, Van Giesen, Key.
Correct. Yeah, the high volume traffic roads. Yeah.
And then the hilly roads, South Richland and
South Richland's. Yeah, that's where a lot of them are. We do have some that are in North Richland, but the majority of them are in South Richland. Yeah.
So tell us what kind of equipment we have and how many crew do this.
We've got 5 snow plows with salt distributors on them, salt spreaders. We have a road grader as well, and we have 2 de-icer trucks. So we kind of use those all in combination. The road grader can't put any material down, so generally we'll have a de-icer truck follow them and spray after they go through if we have it available.
Now our major storms, crews work in shifts, don't they? So they're on 24 hours.
Yeah, we will work 12-hour shifts on rolling schedules, so we can get guys in and out and guys get rested and back into shape, and also so we can give our crews, our maintenance crews, time to work on all of our equipment. We do have our fleet maintenance guys that are on call for us, come in the middle of the night and work on our stuff if we need be.
So we're there to get these roads cleared when we
Absolutely. Yeah.
So just to put in perspective, how many miles do we have to clear?
We've got about 300 miles. It can take quite a while to get through all those. Sometimes, depending on how much snow we have, it can really slow down the process. We try and really keep our sidewalks cleared from any of our snow going onto it. That's a priority that we've tried to set, that we don't put our snow onto the sidewalk. To do that, the trucks have to go a lot slower when we're pushing snow next to the sidewalk.
So how do citizens help and assist us with the snow clearing?
A big help for us is to be patient with our equipment. Give them plenty of space. The closer vehicles get to the equipment, the slower the equipment has to go to maintain that safe distance. If they can stay away from snow plows, don't ever pass them on the right. It's difficult to see out of them, so you're better to stay back. And if you have a snow plow in front of you, the road's going to be safer anyway, so you're better off to be behind them.
Now what about cars on the roadways and in the neighborhoods?
Yeah, if you can ever park off the street, that's a big help for us. Primarily our residential areas, that can be a trouble spot for that. If we have a lot of snow, it's going to be difficult to get your car in and out if you have a big pile of snow in the front and the back of your car. So if you can park in the driveway, it would help us get through easier.
I've mentioned sidewalks and driveways. Who's responsible for clearing those?
The sidewalks are the homeowner's responsibility. They are to maintain the sidewalks, snow and ice needs to be removed from those.
And that's through city code. And
Correct.
you know, as you're plowing, you try not to get it on the sidewalks, but you know, driveways do get covered. We just can't help that. So what do you
Absolutely.
tell the citizens about that?
The best thing that you can do is if you are shoveling your driveways, is to shovel the snow into your yard. If you shovel it out into the street, it's probably going to end up back in front of your driveway. So if you can keep it away from your driveway into your yard, you're going to be better off that way.
So the important thing for citizens to know is that we have crews out there. They're working 24/7 to clear the snow for them, and you know, by the citizens helping removing cars off the roadway, you know, shoveling their sidewalks, and the most important thing, being patient.
Correct.
will really help with snow removal. So where else can citizens get information when you know we have these weather conditions?
They go to the city website. It's www.ci.richland. And you can find the link to the snow removal. There's Twitter and Facebook as well.
Yeah, the city tries to keep Twitter and Facebook updated very well. And then, of course, the website that Chad was talking about is ci.richland.wa.us/snow removal. So it's fairly easy for you to get to. I want to thank Chad Booth for talking to us today here on Richland Spotlight. Thank you, Chad.
Yeah.
And we encourage you to check out the website for information. And if you're not following us on social media, I strongly encourage you to do so. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And thanks again. I'm Mike Charbonneau for Richland Spotlight.